Et bonsoir, bonsoir, j'espère que vous allez bien, que vous avez la chance, comme moi, d'être en week-end. Bon, il dure que 3 jours, plutôt. Il dure que 2 jours celui-ci. Le précédent était mieux, hein. Franchement, les week-ends de 3 jours, je valide. Quand on parle la semaine de 4 jours de travail, 32 heures, donc 8 heures par jour, je préfère ça. Hein. Ça perd un petit peu de salaire s'il faut, mais bon, on verra. Allez, nouveau jeu aujourd'hui. Honnêtement, je savais pas dans quoi me lancer. J'y ai longuement réfléchi pendant ma journée au bureau où j'avais pas grand chose à faire, où j'étais bien seul parce que tout le monde était en télétravail. Normalement, je vais pas au bureau le vendredi, mais hier, vraiment j'y vais le mardi et le jeudi au bureau. Hier, je me réveille, donc jeudi, j'enlève mes bouts de caisse, j'entends la pluie, mais l'averse énorme, c'est mort, je sors pas sous cette flotte. J'ai télétravail le jeudi et j'irai au bureau demain. Ah bah j'ai vu la différence, hein. Le mardi, jeudi, il y a quand même du monde. Mais alors le vendredi, c'est mort de chez mort. Hein. Les gens qui peuvent prendre des jours de télétravail, ils le font ce jour-là. Bref, tout ça pour en revenir au jeu vidéo. À mesure où je viens de sortir d'un jeu qui a duré presque 100 heures, exactement 94 heures je crois, c'est un gros truc qui se termine, faut passer à autre chose. Et je sais pas trop quoi faire. Finalement, j'ai vu, le jeu offert par Epic cette semaine, c'est Outer Worlds. The Outer World, donc un jeu d'Obsidian, qui a fait Grounded récemment, puis surtout des anciens qui ont quitté... c'est les mêmes qu'Obsidian qui ont fait Fallout New Vegas, et c'est même des anciens qui ont fait les 2 premiers Fallout. Donc c'est un Fallout dans l'espace, clairement au niveau design, direction artistique, on est proche des Fallout. J'ai jamais joué, hein, ça c'est ce que j'en ai vu. Regard extérieur. Donc il y a une nouvelle partie. On va jouer en histoire. Non, normal. Supernova. J'ai vu. Ok. Bon, bah, elle est normale. Oui, taille du texte. Voilà, il n'y a pas de texte du coup. Ah oui, c'est la taille du texte des menus. C'est donc comme ça. On arrivera à voir. Je vais baisser le son. Je pense que le son, mal de le baisser. Audio. Allez, hop. Ou alors... Je pense que ça va, là ma voix on l'entend bien par-dessus le jeu. On verra si faut changer les trucs. La voix des autres persos je la laisse à 100. Hop. Et du coup on dit normal. Et on va découvrir ce jeu. Ah c'est dommage, je sais pas en doublé français.
A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon Colony.
C'est dans 300 ans. Ah. C'est un méchant. Ou c'est la colonie qui est méchante, la vie c'est gentil.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left to drift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Ah! Personnalité. Alors, compétences affectées. Affecte les dégâts des armes corps à corps à la quantité que vous pouvez transporter. Donc là, c'est +1, +4.
Very low likelihood of explosive cell death.
Je peux le rendre faible si je veux. Ok, donc j'ai 6 points. La logique, c'est de mettre un partout, hein, mais on verra. Convenable. La dextérité affecte la vitesse d'attaque au corps à corps, la vitesse de rechargement des armes à distance. Ok, ça affecte aussi le crochetage, parade. Ok, affecte les dégâts bonus des coups critiques. Ça me semble pas mal d'augmenter la capacité de transport. Je suis avec le jeu précédent qui m'a gavé au début au niveau du transport. Avec les dégâts de bonus des tirs à la tête et sur les points faibles. Et ça aide le crochetage en plus. Ok. Là, c'est 20 kilos de gagné à chaque fois. Le charme affecte la réputation de faction et le temps de recharge des capacités des compagnons. Ok, utilisation de capacité de compagnons, ça je ferai 10%. Et le tempérament, la régénération spontanée de votre santé. Ah ouais, ça faut en mettre un. C'est 0. Pas de régénération faute. Surtout pas mettre faible. Bah écoutez, là je vois qu'il y a beaucoup de régénération. Bien ça. Le charme, on a vu dans cette perspicacité qui était utile. Si j'avais visé la tête ou les points faibles. Voilà, la santé, la santé. Donc 2 points qui me font gagner 3, 7, 5. Dégâts de corps à corps. Ouais. Vitesse d'attaque avec les armes de corps, vitesse de rechargement des armes à distance. Dégâts critiques. Les coups critiques, je crois que c'est aléatoire, hein, logiquement la pluralité. Alors que si je vise la tête, au moins là j'ai un bonus. Réaction de réputation de faction positive. 10, ok. Là j'ai tout mis là, ok. Ah, 4, bah écoutez, on part là-dessus. Allez. Suivant. Oh, oh là là. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Trop de trucs là. On va choisir 2 trucs. Ok. Alors, corps à corps. Les compétences corps à corps augmentent les chances de coups critiques des armes avec lesquelles vous frappez. Chaque point de la catégorie corps à corps augmente conservant les compétences arme à une main et arme à deux mains jusqu'à 50 points chacune. D'accord. Compétence distance diminue l'instabilité de vos armes et augmente les chances de coups critiques avec les armes à distance. La défense augmente la capacité à ne pas subir de dégâts. Chaque point de la catégorie défense augmente conservant compétence d'esquive et parade jusqu'à 50 points chacune. Au-delà de 50, vous pouvez vous spécialiser en investissant directement des points d'esquive aux parades. Dialogue augmente la capacité de communication avec les PNJ pendant les combats ou en dehors. Ok. Plein de trucs là. Furtivité. Augmente la capacité à vous frayer un chemin sans vous faire remarquer. Technologie. Augmente votre compréhension des corps, des outils et de l'univers. Leadership augmente la santé de vos compagnons et leur capacité en combat. Pas trop, hein. Furtivité, piratage, croquetage, arme à une main, arme à deux mains. Tout est intéressant, hein. Monde de compétences spécialisées, jusqu'à au-delà de 50 pour l'investir. C'est toujours la même chose, au-delà de 50. Ah, mais c'est quoi ça? Ah oui, attendez. Novice débrouille, attaque renforcée et large. Donc là, j'ai déjà. Déverrouille les effets de coups ciblés en DTT. Ah, ça doit être comme comme sur Fallout. Arme lourde. Ouais. Qui est vers l'avant. Parade parfaite, effectuez juste avant de le faire toucher pour déséquilibrer votre assaillant. Dialogue. Lâcheté, 20% de chance que les humains fassent preuve de lâcheté pendant 4 secondes à la première attaque sur eux. Brouillage. Que les créatures se torréfient et s'enfuient pendant 10 secondes lorsque vous en tuez une. Furtivité. Attaquer insouciant lorsque vous êtes en position accroupie pour enfuir les dégâts bonus. C'est pas mal. Ok, de voler les humains lorsque vous faites preuve de discrétion. Piratage, dévoile la capacité de vendre des objets au distributeur. Allez, vas-y, on prend
You
fertilité.
certainly know your way around a man.
Technologie, le deuxième placement. Posologie pour l'inhalateur. Je peux améliorer votre arme. Mur sur établi. Bricolage réduit. Ingénierie, réparation terrain. Leadership. Attaque spéciale. Termination. Soigne, niveau de compression, bon ça. Ok. Dégâts critiques des compagnons. Inhalateur sur les compagnons. Ok. Oh, pas trop, hein. J'ai déjà pas mal de points là-dessus. 2 points. Chance de critique, instabilité des armes. Ils disent que ça fait distance d'esquive.
Yes.
Ouais, ça
I
change
should
pas
pick
grand
someone
chose.
likely to survive a hail of gunfire.
Plus dégâts de compagnons, santé des compagnons. Taux de réduction de perception, dégâts des attaques surprises 0%. Ah ouais. Super.
Things tend to vanish off tables whenever you're around. Things tend to vanish off tables whenever you're around.
Dialogue. Persuasion. Chance d'acheter les humains. Nanana. Ah, je sais pas quoi prendre. Je pourrais tenter de prendre des trucs là-dessus. Arme à une main. Ah, c'est le corps à corps et la seule distance. J'ai mis un peu sur le corps à corps. Je peux mettre des trucs sur les armes à distance. Hein. Hop, allez. J'ai vu que j'avais pas trop de points là-dessus. On part comme ça. Oh là. Attitude quoi? J'ai le droit à... Combien? Sélectionnez l'attitude de carrière que possède votre personnage. Ah, aucune attitude particulière. Détermination plus 1. Durée des effets de boisson. Bof. Parade. Au test à caisse. Ah oui, c'est ma carrière en fait. Électricienne de chanter. Responsable service d'ascenseur. Esquive. Dégâts des rayons. Durée d'effet de nourriture. Dégâts corrosifs. Inspiration. Interne en médecine. Dégâts plasma subi. Science plus 1. Arme à une main. Commise de cuisine auxiliaire.
I hope you know how to cook with mostly inorganic material.
Colon, sonnait bien comme entrer en matière pour la carrière d'une personne de vie. Tant d'influence d'humanité jusqu'à la frontière du cosmos demande l'ambition et sans véritable obligation de résultat. Vous avez tout l'audit de vous pour essayer de quelle façon vous apportez votre contribution à l'action. Quel bureaucrate de rang 0. C'est vraiment de la merde, hein, dans tous les cas. Agricultrice, mascotte d'équipe de Tossball. J'aime bien ça. Je peux pas voir là où je manque de trucs. Donc science, je suis nul. Un truc justement, il me manquerait juste un point. Crochetage, piratage, arme de poing, arme longue. Mais il n'y a rien. Hein. Genre, c'est une mascotte, j'aime bien la mascotte. Inspectrice de... C'est quoi mascotte le truc? Inspiration plus. Arme à une main, assistante technique niveau 0, classe 1. Allez, on va prendre le métier le plus drôle. Mais mascotte, ça va être dur de faire mieux, je pense. Ouvrir de chaîne de montage. On a vraiment de la merde, hein. C'est bureaucrate de rang 0. Le terme me plaît. Bureaucrate de rang 0. Même ça met de la parade. Parade bof, mais vas-y.
I hope you're not going to demand a receipt.
Apparence. Ah bah allez. On va partir sur un homme. Visage. La question c'est est-ce qu'on peut en faire un laidron? Bon déjà il a... Au niveau du pif on part bien là. Pour me moquer j'ai un grand nez aussi. Je peux le nez taille. Ah ouais je peux vraiment partir sur le gros pif. Cheveux, c'est important déjà de choisir la coiffure. Je peux le tourner ou pas le mec? Ouais. Alors. épique. Est-ce qu'on en fait un monstre ou est-ce qu'on essaie de faire un beau gosse? J'aurais aimé qu'il y ait une tonsure là. Genre une coiffure de vraiment de fou. Déjà couleur, ça me donne envie de faire Geralt. Militaire, ouais, tout ça. La crête, c'est un classique. Ah, ça, dégarni comme ça, déjà j'aime bien. Un bon vieux Geralt. Allez, par là-dessus. Couleur des cheveux. Alors, on est sur du bleu. Avec le reflet, c'est dur de bien voir lequel sera gris. Et vert. Ah, on se rapproche là. 39, 40. Moi, c'est plus 39, Geralt. On est là pour 39. Là, ça fait juste vieux, en fait. On va mettre une couleur absurde. Voilà. Type de sourcil. Mono sourcil, j'aime bien. Oh, t'es bien le 8. 17 aussi est bien. Elle va pour le 17. Visité faciale, alors. Oh, les roues flaquettes. Oui. Plaquette verte. Ah, après, je pouvais choisir un nom. Sinon, je pars maintenant sur autre chose. Je fais un Blondie. Vas-y, on va faire un Blondie. On va faire Vinny. Du coup. C'était 37, 38, un bail dans le genre. Vas-y. Il y avait les coiffures. Chanter. Comme ça, du coup. Voilà. Les sourcils, on va changer. Hop, c'était facial. Une bonne moustache. Voilà. 39 aussi, du coup. Voilà. Allure. Maquillage, âge. Relevé. Oh, waouh! Ah, il a pris cher. Saleté. Ouf. Non, pas besoin de le rendre sale, si. Maquillage. Ouf. Ouais, non, on va pas le maquiller, hein. Zombie, quoi. Allez. Saleté, ouais, non. Par contre, les yeux. Cheveux, c'est bon. Par là-dessus. Compte visage. Complètement les changer. Alors, qu'est-ce qui fait le plus Ça, c'est pas mal. Couleur de peau, oh, c'était pas mal. Oh. Non, la première correspondait pas mal. Vas-y, on laisse là-dessus. Couleur des yeux. Bon, par contre... Vinny, je sais plus quelle couleur je lui ai mis les yeux. Je sais que je fais souvent des persos aux yeux verts comme moi. Que Chucky vous les fait sur des yeux profonds. Alors, regarde, bleu profond. Oh, j'aime beaucoup ça. Le 6. Bien cette couleur aussi. 11 ou 6. Sourcil, écartement, sourcil, hauteur, non, je vais laisser comme ça. Mâchoire. Bouche. Bouche. On remonte un petit peu. Ça, vraiment, voilà, si petit, un peu plus sévère. Balek. Voilà. Les yeux, non, on laisse comme ça. Taille. Non. Hauteur. Nez, taille. Doucement. On laisse largeur. Ouais. Hauteur. J'aime bien réduire un peu la taille de la moustache en mettant le nez plus bas. Les joues. IAG, c'est creusé. Voilà. Il nous fait un bon Vini, ça. Cheveux, donc c'est vu. L'allure. C'est bon. Et confirme. Suivant. Quel est votre nom? Vini. Je vais faire checker, hein, sinon, mais cette fois, ce sera Vini. Suivant. Bureaucrate devant 0. Bah, écoutez, on part avec ça. Hein.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 9%. Skip drive.
Shit.
Inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
You've landed good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Souris un peu trop sensible. Paramètres. Sensibilité, c'est où? Sensibilité de la souris, on va mettre un petit peu moins.
Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh?
Qu'est-ce que c'est ça?
Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Je m'habitue à la sensibilité. J'ai une barre d'endurance ou pas? Pas l'impression, donc je pense que je peux courir en permanence. C'est les différentes touches, pour l'instant pas grand chose à s'abaisser, c'est ça. Il faut rappuyer pour se lever. Sprat. Sprat aussi. Yahoo! Sprinter, bon bah ça je tout à l'heure. Classique. Si je cours et que je me baisse, ça fait une glissade, pas du tout. Discrétion, éviter de faire repérer. Est-ce qu'il y a des bestioles? Attendez. Non, prendre tout. Ah, j'ai pas les touches configurées. Alors, paramètres. Commande. Regardez en bas, regardez à gauche. Utiliser, interagir. Comment c'est eux? Tactique. Il faut mettre autre chose. Quelle touche pourrait mettre ici? Décision tactique. Ah, c'est fait peut-être un W qui n'est pas utilisé. Lorsque vous dépassez le point, utilisez des roues, de rocher. Passer les ennemis sans faire repérer. Il y a des ennemis. Où ils sont? Ah, c'est ça, ok. Canidé craintif. Ok. Les jauges. Oh, il est en train de me voir. Je vois pas bien où est la fin du... Compliqué de savoir où est la... l'herbe haute et où elle n'est pas. Hein. Ouais, c'est ça, il n'y a pas de chemin continu dans l'herbe haute. Hein. Et boum.
easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Tiens, chacun consomme un adréno. Mais ça roule tout seul. Il y a quelqu'un là?
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings.
Écoutez, hier, hein?
We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Quelqu'un a fait hein? Persuasion, hein?
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Félicitations, mec.
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Ok. Miser, tirer, classique. Je suis obligé de tirer dessus du coup. Attendez. Ah, j'ai fait ça depuis tout à l'heure. Ça s'est rechargé, ça s'est tapé. Je vais peut-être inverser les touches. Changer, taper. Ouais, je vais inverser. Paramètres. Comment? Assignation des touches. Charger. Et ça. Et coup rapide. Et là. Voilà. Bah, allez. Boum.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Faut que j'essaie d'en buter un pour voir si ça fait quelque chose. Petit. Ah. Projet entraîne des complications et la précision du temps par votre cerveau. Appuyez sur la touche dilatation temporelle pour remplir votre événement et vous donner le temps de réfléchir et d'agir. La jauge. C'est bien. Allez, W, c'est pas la bonne touche. Je pense qu'il faut que je trouve mieux. Mais du coup, si je prends la touche A, on enlève le A pour passer compagnon. Ouais. Justement, compagnon, je pense que c'est moins important. Donc, si vous la dilatation. Hop. Et passer compagnon. Impossible de rassigner table, d'accord. Bah là, du coup, je mets W. Hein. Ok, là il y a des maraudeurs. Ok, il y en a un là et un autre là-bas. D'accord que là je vais en pleine tête. Hein. Ah, il est pas mort. C'est quoi mon objet? Alors, légère, lourde, un journal. Codex. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Ok, c'est les trucs qui viennent au fur et à mesure. Putain. Tout ce que je peux, tiens. C'est... Ouais. Piratage, crochet sur compétence de piratage, vous allez vous introduire là où votre présence n'est pas la bienvenue. Les crochets servent à forcer les serrures. Avec les clés continuellement, ça va craquer les systèmes cryptés. Tenir crocheté 3 secondes. Je sais pas si ça vaut le coup en fait. Est-ce qu'il faut attendre d'avoir amélioré ma compétence? Que je sais pas du tout si ça vaut le coup. Mais allez, vas-y. Non, c'est pas ça. Gestion des armes. Vous pouvez équiper jusqu'à 4 armes à la fois en plaçant dans les placements. Prenez soin de vos armes et prenez soin de décimer vos ennemis. D'accord. Donc ça c'est une arme de poing. Une arme à 2 mains. Et à renversement. 51 de dégâts. Ok. Du coup, hop. Donc ça c'est mon arme numéro 2. Touche changement d'arme. Utiliser commande pour attaquer et parer. Par contre, c'est l'arme numéro 2. Il me semblait que dans mes assignements, je vais être assigné touche. Assigné touche. Si vous avez arme 1, 2, 3, 4. Ouais, ça, arme 1. C'est pas la même. Ah. Donc le 1, c'était autre chose en fait. Voilà. Je mets ça. Voilà. Ça change plus vite mes armes. Le pistolet léger. Étant la même stat, non? Je peux comparer un truc. Démantelé. Ah bah, si j'ai 2 fois la même. Je sais pas s'il y a une durée de vie. Ah oui, état 100%, 94,9%. Donc il y a quand même une. D'accord. Une durée de vie sur les armes. Ça m'arrange pas. Je trouve ça chiant quand il y a ça. Consommable. C'est une autre fois. Il y a des types là-bas, ok. Un bon coup derrière la nuque, ça devrait faire l'affaire, non? Bagarre. L'autre là-bas, il est où? Et boum. Il est là. On s'occupe de ça. Rien sur toi. Bouh. Il est nul là. Par contre, il y en a encore un par là. Chut. Bon, il n'y a rien ici. Ah non, c'est, je pense. Encore des maraudeurs. Une sauvegarde qui peut être faite. Ouais, une petite sauvegarde. Hop. Je les avais pas vus. Ils doivent être avec moi, je pense. Bonjour.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Well, that's a relief. You don't want to know how much paperwork's involved in paying off a gravesite fee. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some.
Alors, est-ce que les gars là, on fait parfois un défi? Tiens, est-ce que les gars refusent parfois un défi? Mensonge.
You think? Most marauders can't even talk. The criminals do attract other criminals by their own nature. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. And it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Ah ouais, ils y vont direct.
Thank you. Weak. So weak.
Elle est morte? Ah oui. Moi je gagne un fusil d'assaut, c'est bien. J'ai pas gagné d'XP, mais j'ai gagné du matos quoi. Les corps. Ça par contre c'est chiant de trouver tous les corps. Il y avait au moins 3 types, hein, je pense. Ah, c'est l'autre à qui je viens de parler. Ça, c'était son assistant. Ils ont avancé, ils ont tué quelqu'un, donc là il y avait le monstre. Où sont les cadavres? Vous avez bien tué des gens là, non? Personne. Bordel de merde! Il n'y a pas qu'un seul type, il y en a plusieurs. Sbire là. Celui que j'ai achevé, mais ils en avaient tué un autre. Ah, là. Peut-être qu'ils étaient que deux. Hein. Allez, hop. Ouvrons ma carte.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Intruders are not authorized. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Il est établi. Paré, améliorer, modifier vos armes et armures. Ça qui est juste abîmé. Modifier. Ça y est, modif. D'assaut léger, Spacer Choice. Je réparais. Réparer 5 aux pièces d'armes, bref. Réparer maintenant. Démanteler. J'aime pas les jeux quand il y a trop d'informations données d'un coup en fait. Truc.
Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience.
Ok.
Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Alors, chaque fois que vous gagnez un niveau, vous obtenez des points de compétences à investir pour améliorer vos compétences. Un point de compétence donne une compétence de base. Bon, toutes les compétences spécialisées de cette catégorie jusqu'à 50. Ok. Vous déverrouillez des bonus d'expertise tous les 20 points. Les échelles d'exception, les armures consommables, les effets statuts peuvent temporairement renforcer ou affaiblir vos compétences. Ok. Ouvrez le registre de mon personnage pour le faire progresser. Ok, donc j'ai 10 points. Pourquoi il y a 18 là? Ah, c'est à cause de la combinaison que j'ai, d'accord. D'accord, ça fonctionne comme ça. Ah, comment j'enlève? Annuler. Du coup, il y a des trucs où il faut avoir un niveau de 20. Donc, mettons déjà, ils sont d'arriver à tous les chiffres. Ça donne des compétences. Voilà, arme à une main. Niveau d'attaque renforcée et large. Brouillage. Attaque lentement d'autres ennemis plutôt que vous pendant 10 secondes. J'ai pas encore de compagnon, donc on s'en fout. Tous les trucs où j'ai que 9. Monter. Médecine. C'est maintenu qui met le truc. J'ai encore 5 points. Arme corps à corps. Allez, le dernier. Encore 3 points. Sinon, je prends ça. Hein. Voilà. Allez. Appliquer. Coup supplémentaire, vous avez des EVRI et des effets de coup supplémentaire d'adaptation temporelle. D'accord, corps renforcé. Dialogue en combat. Ok, le type de cible approuvé. Okay. Avantages. Section des avantages. Alors, sur l'écran, vous obtenez un point d'avantage à réussir tous les 2 niveaux. Vous pouvez également obtenir des points d'avantage autrement en acceptant un défaut. Ok. Voilà. 50% de santé de base en plus. Dégâts en solitaire. Vitesse de marche, vitesse de sprint. Chance de critique des compagnons. Taille des chargeurs des armes scientifiques. Dégâts par défaut. C'est que ma santé, c'est quoi? Ma santé, je sais même pas. Prix du carbu. Non, de l'argent. Déverrouille la capacité de voyage rapide possible en cas d'encombrement. Bien plus rapidement. Capacité de transport. Écoutez, 50% de santé de base. Allez, hop. Détail spectuel, expertise, il faut 6000. Réputation, neutre, neutre, neutre.
The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
On fait les choses dans mon vaisseau.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Une bière bourrine aux algues. Base. Son premium. Ok. Je visite, hein, c'est chez moi.
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
Boule.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Bon. Quelqu'un. Qu'est-ce que tu veux?
Point that at me.
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie, from the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here? Altercation, you say? Shame as that goes. Spacer's Choice policy strictly prohibits dying during work hours.
Ils ont pas respecté les règles.
I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt. No can do, friend. That armor's Spacer's Choice property. Bodies, too. Living or otherwise. Company policy, you see. You don't want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. You want to chew the rag, go talk to Silas over by the cemetery.
Ok. Eh ben, sympa. Son objet. Armure, du coup. Ouais. Ok, il faut que j'aille plutôt par là. On va se poser des questions, on va suivre la quête. Du bruit par là. Par là. Map. Même.
Gonna find you. Attack! Attack!
Get up! Raining? You scared?
En fait, c'est que c'était pas indiqué sur la map en fait. Moi je regardais le truc là-haut. Il n'y a pas de point comme quoi il y avait quelqu'un. Il ne faut pas se fier au radar. En fait. Oh non, si je peux y aller. Oh. Ok. Il n'y a Pas des vilains en embuscade. Visiblement non. On va y aller. Et où ça, hélas? Mur invisible.
Whoa, hey.
Lawbreaker! I saw that!
What's this about?
Ok, mince. Moi, j'avais pas vu que c'était volé. Ou la réputation, journal. Personnage, réputation. Négative 1%. Désolé.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Hey, I earned that fancy title. Started off a lowly junior gravesite builder, then junior interment engineer. Oh, and I was a junior burial assistant for a time. The rate I've been working, I'm bound to earn a promotion. Must be about 50, 60 burials away from associate in humor. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our gravesites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it.
On joue avec beaucoup de
Make
blabla,
sure
hein,
he
du coup.
pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the one...
Longtemps.
all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees. Former people, yeah.
Les
Marauders invading our
ex-personnes.
graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Attendez.
You could
On
look
peut
at
pas
it that
passer
way, I
le
suppose.
dialogue.
You could look at us and say,
Parce qu'à un moment, on
those
peut lui
Edgewater
proposer nos
saps often
services
hear
contre les
every soul
maraudeurs.
to
Là.
plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1. All my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees. Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. She pays for marauders by the finger. Couldn't tell you. No, I mean, I'm contractually prohibited from saying anything that might reflect poorly on Spacer's Choice. Ah, avoid it. Shouldn't have said that either. Look, forget I said anything.
I could really go for some saltuna.
I could really go for some saltuna.
Bon, bah, allez. Hein. Dans Edgewater.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. You read the latest report?
I don't have time for this.
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
C'est voler. Faire gaffe, hein, c'est comme dans Skyrim, quoi.
I don't know you. Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here. You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand. Coming right up.
Même pas où est mon argent en fait. Si j'ai 65, bah, je vais rien t'acheter. Donc je peux vendre. 7, ça semble pas cher. Le poids, je suis bon, je suis large, donc rien du tout. C'est volé ça, évidemment.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again? Edgewater, Jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive. I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me. Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Oh, you can say that again. The Spacer's Choice family is the only family I'll ever
Ils sont
need.
tous dans une secte, là.
I've got some time. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
D'accord. Qu'est-ce que c'est? J'ai le droit d'être là. Choupidou-pidou.
Miss Holcomb, I need you to explain this with less of the grease monkey, Argo.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go. and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Youpi! Youpi!
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk?
Crise terminale.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Okay. Bon, attends, botanique. Allez, let's go. Hein. Tu me suis? Ouais. Hey, salut toi!
Got my sights on you.
Ok.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Électricité fut. Où est la porte? Ok.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too
Work
clean.
fortifies the spirit.
Ok.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
Bonjour, Max.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Ok. Bizarre. Des petits soucis dans le déplacement de mon perso. Ok. Attendez. Journal, les quêtes, manuel illustré. De collecter de l'argent auprès de plusieurs employeurs. Ok. Mais c'est où? Définir comme active. Voilà. Ça n'a pas marché. Si, ok. Bon, il y en a 2, 3. Let's go.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me.
La personne la plus vivante, la plus proche, et pas de la famille, juste le voisin.
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see,
J'adore ce
so
truc
I pay
absurde.
the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Un jeu de rôle dans cet univers, ça doit être incroyable.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Je suis pas là, mec. C'est volé. Le sprat que je prends. Hein. C'est pas du vol. Alors, palapapam. C'est en dehors. Ça, c'est du vol. Ça. Plein de choses, mais si je vole, on me saute dessus direct ou pas? Parce que... Bon, il y a elle m'observe quand même. Hein. Pitié de voler ici. Faut sortir du bâtiment, je crois. Allez. Faites gaffe à arrêter d'appuyer sur les trucs avant d'avoir lu les messages. Ça avait été... Ouais, forcer la serrure, j'aurais été mal, tiens. Yahoo! Yahoo! Ah, c'est en dehors. Ok.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
J'ai raté la porte.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you?
No.
You tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Nickel, alors c'est en pleine forme.
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable. And become the town pariah? I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to give him another reason to avoid me. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man? There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can. I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy. More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough. You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly. So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
Ok.
That's all I can ask of you.
Très bien, très bien.
I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
On fait le message de Reed. Ok. Vol, c'est chiant. Examiner. Est-ce que ça lui donne des idées?
What can I do for you?
Pourquoi un petit excédent comme conscient?
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
58% de chance d'éviter la gangrène.
You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Alors, 10 points à mettre. Persuasion, acheter. L'occasion, fasse preuve d'acheter. Oh, par contre, plus 12 à... Médecine, on s'en fout. Livre, oui, c'est là qu'on met. Voilà, ça m'amène à 20. On met une main. Inspiration. C'est croyant. Pouvoir donner comment effectuer cette attaque spéciale. Encore 4. Hop. Vas-y, compagnon. J'en ai pas. Attendez, où est-ce que je vois les compagnons? Paradis, ok. C'est quoi ces capacités? Comportement standard, arme mixte, mode agressif. Je sais pas c'est quoi ces compétences spéciales. Ouais, je vois pas. Hein. Ok. Alors, journal, les quêtes. Trop cher défunt, collecter les redevances. C'est ça. Ah, dézoomer. Ça, distributeur. Okay. Bon, allez. Ok. Ici, il y a des portes qui s'ouvrent. C'est pas du vol, très bien. Je peux pas l'ouvrir. Et maintenant, pas l'ouvrir, c'était de la sauce. C'est pas ça qui va m'aider à ouvrir le truc. Quelque chose de chiotte!
Nice.
Où est le point? Il est là.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing. Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Ok. Ça, c'est du vol. On va retourner voir Silas. C'est pas le méchant dans Hero, Silas? On me dit quelque chose. Ou c'est Sylar, peut-être. Je vais atteindre le niveau 100 en tuant ces petites merdes. Yahoo! Yahoo!
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble. Trouble's in the asking. Board don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I.
Okay.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything.
Ok. Voilà, c'est loin le truc là. Ok. Ça. Journal. Balai robot. C'est un peu loin aussi. L'industrie. 163, attends, tout est à la même distance en fait. Non, trop cher des fins. Collecter. Ah, c'est terminé. Terminé, faut pas que je les vois. Ok, robot 212. Quête inactive. Ça ne montre pas les quêtes inactives, c'est bien dommage. Voyage rapide. Ok, voyage rapide. Je peux même pas mettre un... Activer les quêtes inactives. Ah, voilà. C'est bien, ok. Donc je situe le truc, mais on va faire le tour pour aller à ce truc-là. Hein. Ça, un bon visuel. Allez, hop. Mais pousse-toi du con.
That's the last of them.
Code. Ces petites merdes peuvent être agressives.
Easy.
Installer modif, ok. Vente. Sommeil.
Not a peep for me.
Où est le ventre? Tirer sur un truc bleu. La sauvegarde. Je vois pas de...
He ain't no threat. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to. Take your time. You need help, just give a yell. A metaphorical yell. If you yell for reals, you're liable to spook them.
Damage to navigation systems detected. Attempting to return to designated repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Navigation systems have determined this location as Spacer's Choice. Designated mechanical repair bay. Attempting to misdirect or confuse a Spacer's Choice mechanical is a punishable offense. Please report yourself to your supervisor.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
I don't reckon Jeremy understands the concept of trade.
Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible reward. I have been programmed to deliver this pre-approved message.
Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Bah allez, rapportons la quête. Oh là, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Le monde de la lave, c'est... Ok. Je tourne la ville, voir s'il y a quelque chose. Monorail.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
C'est pas faux.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
On va récupérer. Alors...
Something got you down?
You're not a big drinker, are you?
C'est par là le plus rapide. C'est plus par là. Hein. Comme si c'est déplacé.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. Fun. This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow.
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. You keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer. Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits. Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. I didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Bon, tout le matos qu'on a là. C'est quoi ça? Pourquoi c'est en rouge? Est-ce que c'est volé? Je comprends pas. La question c'est est-ce que c'est une arme de poing? Ça aussi. Téléchargeur, énergie. Je peux tirer avec ou pas? Spécial déséquilibre. Sable de sentinelle, arme à une main, arme à deux mains, arme longue. Arme longue. 13, 180. Ah, c'est les dégâts par seconde. D'accord. Je sais pas pourquoi c'est en rouge, j'ai pas l'info de pourquoi. Perforateur. Arme à deux mains, donc c'est ça. C'est de la merde. Là, les robots. Manuel illustré. Hop. Par là. Allez, sauvegarde. Hop. Oui. Ok, alors cette arme-là, j'aime pas du tout en fait. Je suis pas sûr que ce soit un truc bien utile. Merde. Bah je sais pas si elle est mieux en fait. Elle est mortelle. Non. Attendez, parce que du coup, c'est quelle munition? Je vais pas regarder. Ça dit pas, hein. Légère. Énergie. Ah! D'accord. Ok, je viens de comprendre. C'est utilisé, mais pas de l'énergie. Alors, ils ont fui, mais où est-ce que je les ai tués? Putain, il m'a l'air retrouver des cadavres. J'étais là. Tuer des mecs par là. Où exactement? Où sont les corps? Mais j'ai du mal. Je trouve pas les cadavres. Ah, c'était ça. D'accord. Arme lourde. Arme longue. Lourde, lourde. Il y a d'autres choses à piller ici, peut-être là. Même pas. Au début du jeu, comme ça, j'ai peur de dépenser mes munitions pour rien. En utilisant de trop bons trucs. Des ennemis qui en valent pas la peine. C'était juste des branches. C'est un chien. Déjà pour changer d'arme. Je suis pas là. Mais what the fuck? Plus résistant que le précédent, lui. Oui, c'est des brutes, d'accord. Utiliser cette arme-là. Ah, bah je suis mort. Ok, je m'attendais pas à tomber sur des brutes. Eh ben, fallait que j'arrête vers 22 h. Du coup, je vous souhaite une bonne soirée. Portez-vous bien, un bon week-end et à la prochaine. Ciao.